Welcome to Daily Meditation with Sangha Live. Hello, good morning. Here we are, springtime morning, misty here, birdsong, intermittent, frogs, my own froggy mumblings in the morning, gate, gate, chanting the essence of the Heart Sutra. So nice to see you all from wherever and wherever. Always this kind of surprisingly wide reach. So whether you're in Paris or London or Brighton or Bulgaria or hold on. Whew. Excuse me. Wherever you are, yeah, and however you are, here we are together. So welcome. The theme this week is every moment practice. And you might just reflect, how does that land with you if you hear that, every moment practice? Because it might sound like, oh, blimey, oh, that's a lot, oh, that's difficult, oh, well, I've got to practice every moment. As if practicing the sense of practice in every moment is somehow, work. That it implies to you maybe something effortful. So that's not what's implied, actually. Like we've been exploring the last couple of days, a sense of natural, effortless, inherent awakeness, right? And these qualities of resting, relax into being, relax, you're already here. Right. So actually that sense of every moment practice has that quality of ease and non-doing, non-effort, non-striving, running through it. And the other association that you might have, every moment practice, is the sense of, oh dear, oh, I'm very far away from that. Oh, I'm so often distracted, or I just completely forget about being awake or aware. So, that sense, the idea that every moment practice means that in every moment I'm somehow, my mind state or my orientation resembles the moments in which I feel actually the most present or awake. Now, that's also not true, not helpful. So what is every moment practice then? Well, it's a kind of a ground of presence that's sufficient enough that one knows one's here pretty much constantly. You just know, all kinds of stray thoughts might happen, right? But one knows one's here. So let me ask you a couple of questions. It's not to judge you, right? And there's no sense of failure with these. It's more just to bring some curiosity. When you got out of bed this morning, which foot touched the ground first? Right foot or left foot or both together? What might be another question? And just to see if you know or if you have just no idea. When you came in the house for the last time yesterday, where exactly did you take your shoes off, and where exactly did you leave them? Not the vague area of the house, but where exactly and how exactly? Like, do you remember taking off your shoes? Do you remember how you slid your feet out? Left foot first, right foot first? Do you remember how you placed your shoes? Did you place them, or did you just kind of kick them off? these questions, in a way, make an echo back to an old Zen story of somebody who had a kind of profound awakening experience. Somebody who recognized, oh, mind is fundamentally made of awakeness. It's not, it's not about me waking up. It's rather about, oh, this recognition. Mind is already awake. Buddha from the beginning. We are Buddha. Buddha means awake. We are Buddha from the beginning. Right? This awakeness has always been the nature of our consciousness, has always been that which is fundamentally animating our lives. So here's this awakening experience as somebody recognizes that really clearly and comes to tell their teacher. They come in and they bow and they say, oh, teacher, I've had this great awakening. I realize, that we're all Buddha from the beginning, etc. And the teacher says, and when you came in the hall to tell me this, did you leave your footwear, your shoes, your slippers, whatever, did you leave them on the left side or the right side of the door? And the person didn't know. And so then the teacher would say, well, your awakening's useless then. And then in this story, this person then stayed and trained with that teacher for a longer time. So, that story is reminding us that a sense of every moment practice shows up not in the peak moments where we feel kind of thrilled with our insights or, oh, that moment of meditation that's particularly deep. Yes, those moments come. Yes, they're important. Yes, they're beautiful. But once they've come and gone, they're not what's important in that next moment. In the next moment, it's just that attention. Just gentle, simple attention to small details. That's actually what really sustains our practice and sustains our heart and sustains the sense of living in a condition that's fundamentally relaxed, open, loving. So how you take your shoes off matters. If you go to any Asian monastery, that was always the training in my monastery, in the monastery I stayed in Thailand, to make sure one leaves one's shoes very neatly outside the door. And it's it's kind of mal vu. How do you say that in English? It's disapproved of if the shoes are like that, or worst of all, like that, bottoms turned up. And I've just come back from Japan. In fact, a couple of you here were with me in Japan. And wow. I mean, the whole of Japanese culture is like this sort of exquisite reminder about the care in everyday gestures. You want to see impeccable shoes outside, like lined up like that, outside, not just outside of the temple, outside of any room, anywhere. Just a lot of the care in the way one takes one's shoes off. Care, just in stores, you buy something in a store, the care with which it's wrapped and presented. There's something very, it's very touching actually, the way in which so many elements of Japanese culture reflect the 1500 years of the influence of Buddha Dharma running through the culture. And because Japan has sort of evolved in isolation to a large extent until very recently from the rest of the world, the sense of preservation of those elements, attention, gratitude, respect, kindness, it was very touching being there. And invitational in a way, invitational to these simple things. How do you put your groceries away? Do you put them away in a way that's a bit hurried, maybe a bit distracted, maybe a bit impatient, maybe a bit resentful? And it's not to judge the fact that we have moments of feeling impatient or resentful or distracted. But what do you do with those moments when you see them, when you feel them? Do you ignore them? Do you sideline them? Do you carry on anyway because it feels uncomfortable to stop and face them? Do you judge or blame yourself for having them, and then denigrate your practice or your life? Oh, I've been meditating for years, but oh my God, I do still put the groceries away resentfully. Or do you let that be the Buddha? Let that be the thing that wakes you up. Let that be the thing that calls you back to this sort of respectful relationship with what you're doing, tender relationship, caring relationship with what you're doing. That's the invitation. I would say that's what our meditation's for. Our meditation isn't for having a great meditation experience, even though that's a happy byproduct, sometimes. It's the training in how to give gentle, respectful, open attention to this moment. And to do that in meditation is a particularly profound and challenging training ground, because what we're giving our attention to is the most absolute minimal activity called just sitting quietly doing nothing. And if we can keep training our attention to be relaxed and gentle and open and loving and awake in the midst of complete non-doing, then one, that's really helpful in bringing it to those other moments. And then two, that's the challenge. That's how we integrate our practice, is by bringing it into those other moments. So, every moment practice. This moment practice. Please take your seat for meditation. And it's like this then, that we sit together. So not so much instruction or guidance this morning. Using the instruction from the last couple of days. Using the feel of body sitting to settle your attention. Whether that settling sort of goes in deep, or whether you need to keep resetting and resetting and resetting. Letting the quality of your attention that you give to just the feel of sitting, the feel of breathing, the naturalness of being here, letting it be a gentle attention, a relaxed attention, a bright attention. Just like this. settling into awareness, relaxing into being here. Natural awakeness. Open attention to the field of sensation, breathing, sound. And an attitude that's tender, gentle, allowing, forgiving. When you notice your attention has been distracted in some way, don't be discouraged. Just let that thought stream slip away, loosening your grip so that your attention is light, easy, relaxed. So that your attention can soak into the feeling of being here, like gentle rain soaking into the earth. So that you can recover again and again and again, if necessary, recover a sense of natural, relaxed, open, tender awareness. If you're feeling a little agitated, restless, use the natural relaxation of the out-breath to just soften the muscles in your face, soften down along your arms, relaxing not just physically but relaxing energetically, relaxing your nervous system. It's like learning that in this moment it's okay to be completely open, completely receptive, completely available to the touch of life. And so on the one hand, this sense of strength and dignity and uprightness. The whole back of the body feels steady, reliable, strong, straight. And on the other hand, there's this sense of a complete kind of relaxed availability. All down the front of the body, tender, open. Strong back, soft front. And our awareness then reflects these twin qualities, an awareness that feels steady, strong, deep, reliable, ever present, unblinking, which is also tender, non-reactive, quiet, sweet, open and free. last few minutes of the sitting. May our sense of our practice and of our lives be inseparable. Our practice be felt throughout the activities and roles and relationships of our lives. May we know a sense of every moment practice that is without effort, without blame, without struggle, without measurement. May we see that our own consciousness and that of all of life has been Buddha from the beginning. Today's podcast is an offering to you from our archive of freely available live daily classes. We make wisdom teachings and meditations as freely available as possible to as many people as wish to practice. You can help ensure we can continue to support a worldwide Sangha by leaving a review wherever you get your podcasts, by sharing this with someone who'd be interested, and by offering a small financial support at sangha.live/donate.